Hey everybody, Mo here, and today I'm bringing you guys a gameplay video of updated Yordle arms. So for those of you that don't know, Yordle arms was actually nerfed. This card was really good. It used to give +4/+4. It says give allies +2/+2 this round. If you've summoned cards from 4+ regions, then give them +3/+3 instead. So this deck kind of fell out of the meta for a couple of reasons. One was because the buff was not as strong, but mostly because it also just wasn't very consistent. So you're kind of like this elusive OTK deck or just general like big attack deck and then finish them off with like Mystic Shots, Get Excited, and Pokey Sticks. Like you finish them off with Burn after hitting them really big one turn. But the issue was it wasn't very consistent. If you didn't draw your Yordle arms, your deck was kind of just bad. You just played like a bunch of small like shitter style units and you couldn't really do anything cool with it. And your opponent would eventually just outscale you. And then by the time you did draw your Yordle arms, you'd only have a couple units and it wouldn't be that scary. Well, now we got a new card called Sneezy Biggledust. And this card is essentially just like Yordle arms. It's been referred to as Yordle arms at home. So it's like, you know, Mom, I want Yordle arms. Mom says, we have Yordle arms at home. Yordle arms at home is this card. So it's 4 mana burst or focus speed. Give allies +1/+1. If they're created, give them +2/+2 instead, which doesn't sound very impressive at first until you realize you can create a lot of good cards. Like, you know what cards are created? Poros. Like, Daring Poros off a Poro Cannon are created. Like, Flame Chompers. Flame Chompers are created. And then now with this new Salvage Scrap card, all of these cards are created. These units are created. So, realistically, this could easily give, you know, all of your elusives. Also, you play Commando, so like your Hungry Owl Cats get, you know, +2/+2. So all of your Poro Cannons, all of your Flame Chompers get super buffed. And then like worst case scenario, it's just like a board wide, give your units +1/+1 at burst speed, which is not great at all, but it's really the second part that's just super impressive. And it really complements the actual Yordle arms because it makes the deck more consistent. It gives you buffs more often because now you get to play like, you know, 2 Yordle arms. And realistically, the only units you cared about getting buffed from Yordle arms were the elusives, like the unblockable units, right? So still being able to make your Daring Poros 3/3s instead of 4/4s is still really good. Like, I think making your Daring Poro 3/3 at burst speed is going to be much better than making it a 4/4 at slow speed and giving your opponent an action to play a blocker, play a removal spell on it, anything like that. So it's going to be really good on those types of units. And then again, this card, Salvage Scrap, I think is one of the most broken cards that they released this patch. It's probably like the most broken card in this set outside of like Gwyn. But yeah, you can discard up to 2 cards. You create that many followers from your regions that cost 1 more, but then you reduce their cost by 1. So what this means is you discard 2 cards in your hand, or any amount of cards, right? So you can discard up to 2 cards. Usually I try and discard 2, but you could do 1. And you get a random unit that costs 1 more than that card's cost, but you reduce its cost by 1. So like, let's say you discard a Flame Chompers. You will get a 3-drop that costs 2. So whatever this card cost is, that's how much the unit is going to cost, but the actual cost of the unit is 1 more. So it's kind of confusing. Once you see it played a couple times, you'll really understand. So yeah, basically you discard Flame Chompers, you get a 3-drop card added to your hand, and then you reduce its cost by 1. So it still only costs 2 to play, just like Flame Chompers would, except it's a 3-drop. So sometimes you can use this to cheat out cards. So there have been times where it's like turn 3, and I use this, and I get a 4-drop, and I play a 4-drop on turn 3. Like, that's really good. You can use it to discard the Poros and get 2 mana... and get 1 mana 2-drops, which is really good. And then like the important thing is they're all created cards, so they go really well with Sneezy Biggledust. So you like create a bunch of these units, these like really cheap units. You can even use it to discard on like if you get Hungry Owl Cats, you can discard those, like really anything, right? You discard those and then you go, okay, Sneezy Bigglefoot, give those +2/+2 because they're created, and you know, have a field day. So if you've played old Yordle arms, it plays basically the same way as old Yordle arms, except it's much more consistent because you literally get to play twice as many Yordle arms, which is very important in my opinion. So yeah, I'm very excited for this deck. I think it's going to be very good. But before we get into the gameplay, I wanted to remind you guys that 68% of the people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to me. So if you guys could do me a huge favor and click that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, it'd help me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm and our goal to hit 10,000 subscribers. Like, my goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by like you know, before I die. So we're really close to that, and so if we could hit that, I'd be like done with content creation. I would be so fucking happy. So that's basically my goal with content creation, is to hit 10,000 subscribers. So that's gonna be it for this intro, and I hope you guys like, you know, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys, or no, fuck. Enjoy the games. Okay. Okay, so alright, I guess Wombat, they've been playing this like Gwyn combo deck, and I don't think it's very good. And I've told him that multiple times, and he doesn't really listen. This deck is the deck I was talking about if you watched my Gwyn Poppy video, of basically, if this deck doesn't draw like exactly Gwyn in double rally, then the deck is not very good. Or if your opponent just has like any way to actually kill your Gwyn, the deck is not very good. So yeah, unfortunately though, of course, like we don't have a way to kill Gwyn, right? So it's really good at punishing like greedy decks that don't have a way to interact with Gwyn. And if, of course, if you end up drawing your like double combo, it's good. All right, so let's just go ahead and draw some cards here. Okay, we got a Lulu. This hand's looking pretty good. I said we don't have a way to kill Gwyn, but it looks like we have a way to kill Gwyn to me. Oh, that's cool. That's cute. I like that. That spell looks cool. All right, so they're debating whether or not to play the 2-1, I guess? Or am I just getting roped? Okay, I guess I'm just getting roped. That's fine. Okay, we get to play Bando Commando. Sure, that doesn't really matter. We play Bando Commando, and then we get to kill off this unit for free. Sure, I mean, we just do this. We play Lulu, kill this Phantom Butler for free. Okay. We even get another, we can like burst speed out Poro Cannon or Chompers, which is good. Yordle Captain next turn. I think we can just apply too much pressure. Because the other thing is, this deck is like extremely glass cannon, and they want their units to die so they could apply the, they want their units to die so they can get like the Hollowed buff and stuff. But if their units are constantly dying and your only unit on board is Gwyn, you kind of just like die, you know? All right, so yeah, this hand is looking like turbo nuts. If we end up drawing a Yordle Arms or the new, like, the burst speed one, then we're looking super good. Let's see, so they have Callista, that's fine. We have a 4/4. I don't think that matters. I don't think I want to trade my Yordle Captain, because my Yordle Captain is going to get me way too much value. Like, we're about to get so much value here. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we just do like this into this. Yeah, and then they whispered words. We don't care because they're dying. Oh man, this is too crazy. So yeah, we just do that. I'm even down to swing here, swing here, swing here. I'm down to just full send it, honestly. Honestly, we can just do this even and take away their only like good blocker. Take away their only good blocker. Yeah, they go down to 7. We're almost have them in burn range. But hey, at least they have the chance to attack us a couple times with Gwyn. See, like, now imagine he was playing Gwyn Demacia, and he actually had good early game units that had like the challenger keyword and had good stat line, and he was able to actually kill our units. Doesn't that seem much better? Doesn't that seem much better? Damn, we didn't even get to draw the Yordle Arms cards. But yeah, just good stuff. But yeah, I think Yordle Arms is really sick. I think Yordle Arms is good now. I think that card is really what they needed. So Yordle Arms' issue a lot of the times was not consistently drawing Yordle Arms. And if you didn't draw Yordle Arms or Yordle Captain, or if your Yordle Captain died, then you were kind of just playing like really small shitty units and just like hoping that you got enough chip damage through to win the game. But yeah, with having Yordle in arms and then also having the new Dizzle Bizzle card or whatever it's called, you can actually consistently draw one of these like massive board buff cards and be fine. So I'm actually not going to play these right now. I'm going to wait until I have Yordle Captain in board. I don't think I need this early pressure. And this is fine. And then so we can just like salvage Scrapyard, wait until we get Yordle Captain into play, do some stuff like that. Be pretty happy with it. We might like Zonid Urchin this Flame Chomper just to get two, and then we can eventually go like, oh, Poro Cannon, discard something, salvage scrap, get 2 1-mana 2-drops. Yeah, let's go and see what we get here. Ooh, Get Excited is a pretty good card. That'll be pretty good against Elise. So I mostly just wanted to wait until I got my Yordle Captain in play. Ooh, Bando Commando's really good. Okay. Ooh. Yikes. So let's go ahead and... Man, I really don't want to play cards until I get this Yordle Captain into play. I really don't have an option, so... I really want to play Bando Commando to get the free Poro. We're going to take so much damage if we do that, though. We don't really have good discard cards. I could get a 3-mana 4-drop. I think we're just going to do that. I think we're going to get a 3-mana 4-drop and hope it's a good one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This blocks Elise, and then we can attack, kill the Phantom Butler. Woo. Woo, that's pretty good. They always go like block, block. We get to attack with this. The ping will kill the Phantom Butler. A Poro Cannon here would be nuts. I mean, a Chompers here would be nuts. Oh, that card's really good. But I think we're just going to still play Yordle Captain. So yeah, so let's go ahead and attack here. I don't think we need to do that. I think it is just play Lulu. Because then we get to both play the Poison Dart from our hand, and we get to, like, keep our Lecturing Yordle alive, hopefully. And this could stop him from playing Gwyn. Like, if he just passes this turn, or they, I guess, I don't really know this person, but if they just pass this turn, I'm kind of tempted just to say, like, sure, buddy. No, that sounds pretty bad. I think I'm just going to kill their board if they pass. Like, our attack is just too good. There's a Vile Feast or something? Oh, Get Excited? Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. I mean, that's still annoying, but not nearly, like, as bad. I don't care if they block with that. I think we're just going to say, okay. They trade with their 3-1. We kill off the Spiderling for free. Yep. We kill their Spiderling. We also could have waited to see if they had another 3-1. I don't think killing the Spiderling really matters. I get really punished if they have another something. Yeah, that was pretty sus. But I don't have their deck list, and it's day 1, so I don't really care about trying to guess what the fuck random ass cards they could be playing, right? So eventually I'm just going to Yordle in arms my board and hit them for a bunch. What is this? Another Vile Feast or something? Static Shock would randomly be like nuts here if they have that. Or the one that like discards a card, the 2-mana version. Let's see, summon 2 Ghastly Bards. Okay. I don't think that really matters. So I'm just gonna play this. Cause oh yeah, they have 1 hollowed, so this is killing something. I mean, I think I'm just down to, like, slam Yordle Captain. Yeah. I think it's down to just slam Yordle Captain. Ah, I see. Elusive Strike. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I definitely should have kept Pokestick open then. Definitely should have kept Pokestick open. Okay, we'll just say okay. Yikes. That's pretty not good, but oh well. We have elusives to block it from here on out, so shouldn't be that big of a deal. Oh, that card's pretty good. So I've heard. So I've heard. We actually get to play out, like, our entire hand. Remove their elusive blocker. Okay, so our Yordle Arms isn't, like, triggered yet, but it shouldn't really matter. I also definitely should have Pokesticked first to see if I drew, like, I don't know, something else that's more playable. You always want to try and draw cards at the start of your turn. Just so you could, like, see what your options are. Because if I got something that was better than these, which, like, I don't really know what that could have been. But, like, let's say I drew, like, another... I don't know the name of this card. Let's say I drew another copy of, like, Salvage Scrap. Then I would have wanted to keep both of these Poros in my hand so that way I could discard these, get two drops that cost 1, you know? Okay. Yeah, just do your best, okay? Alright, so I think they're playing around like a random Gwyn or something. I don't know, but I think I'm down to just like slap them for a bunch. Yeah, I think I'm down to just slap them for a whole lot here. You do that, you can like Mystic Shot it. You take 12, go to 8. Okay. So, unless it's like Gwyn plus Atro next turn, we should be fine. Even Gwyn plus Atro, I don't think it's lethal, right? Because it's 3, 7, 8, 9. Oh, then she'll level. So most certainly is. Okay, so you have Get Excited. So you're down to Get Excited. We have Yaya, which, even though it's not active, will still give us lethal. Okay, now it's going to be active. Okay, so we just have a kill through elusive here. Assuming they don't have ways to, like, kill by everything. But they probably have to kill this Yordle captain, right? Like, oh, I can definitely just stop that. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. None of that. None of that, buddy. We'll play our Fizz. Nice little 3-2 Fizz. Actually levels with on Yordle Arms, which is pretty funny. Nice, and we would have killed him through elusives here with Yordle Arms. Cool. Yeah, I really like, I don't know, I really like this Yordle Arms deck. I think it's pretty solid. I think having extra Yordle Arms really made this deck more consistent, which was, like, one of the issues it was having. And then also, it's undeniable. So a lot of times you were weak was because against, like, decks that you would go, okay, build up this board, Yordle Arms, and they'd say, okay, deny, or they'd say, okay, well, in response, Mystic Shot, Vile Feast, or something, right? Or, like, you know, they would kill your units in response to the Yordle Arms, or they would, like, you know, have something like that in order. But with Sneezy Biggledust, they can't respond to it because it's focus speed. So it's just like, oh, I have this really big elusive board, or I have this, like, really wide board. And instead of giving you the option to kill my units in response, or instead of giving you the option to deny my buff spell, I'm just going to go ahead and just, like, burst speed it out. Even my non-created cards get +1/+1, but you're, like, Poros from your Poro Cannon, your, like, Flame Chompers most of the time, anything you get off of the 2-mana create cards, like, all of those are just going to get, like, +2/+2, which is essentially just a Yordle Arms buff at that point. It's essentially just a Yordle Arms buff for 1 less mana at burst speed, which is, like, kind of silly, if you ask me. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think there's a lot of cards. I think we're getting to a point in the meta where, or sorry, a point in the game where we have so many cards and we have so many decks now that as far as, like, tournament goes, we're actually in a spot where there's going to be a lot of decks that don't see play on ladder probably, but we'll see a lot of play in tournaments. Like, Yordle Arms is going to be one of them. I think, like, I think that Gwyn Rally deck could definitely be a tournament deck for sure. I think there's just going to be a lot of situations where you say, hey, this deck is, like, high tier 3, probably around tier 2. So it loses to a lot of the good decks on ladder. But it's extremely good into like, you know, certain matchups, or extremely good into this, and I can just like ban the bad matchup in tournaments. So it's gonna see a lot of play in tournaments. So okay, so I didn't run into anyone. I hit AI. Pretty sad. But I guess we can just goldfish against poor AI. Just kind of, again, show kind of what the deck does, right? So we're keeping Yordle captain. We got our Yordle in arms. So we're looking pretty good here. And play our Fizz. We got Fizz Lulu on 3. Feels good, man. Give me the Chompers, please. Nope, no Chompers. But yeah, this card is like so incredibly good, man. This card is so fucking good. Like, I could discard a Poro Cannon and get a 0 mana 1-drop is good. I could Poro Cannon and get 2 like 1 mana. Oh my god, I just high rolled. Like, this is so good. I'm not gonna do it now. I think I'm actually gonna pass because I really yeah, let's just do it. So we're gonna do this because I really want to get like a good attack in here. And then we can play like Yordle Captain, and then we can just salvage grab, get 2 1 mana 2-drops. PNZ has some of the best 2-drops in the game, by the way. And then they get buffed from Yordle Captain. Like, our Yordle in arms is already triggered. Like, our turn 5 is actually so sick. Sure, we block here. I mean, it's a stupid AI, so they don't really know what to do. But yeah, look at this turn, man. We do this, we get 1 mana 2/2 or 1 mana 2-drops. We get like impact. We get an elusive. Like, holy shit. Frostbite an enemy. Okay. And we just apply like dummy pressure. And then these cards are created, so if we had the not Yordle in arms, they'd get +2/+2 at burst speed. So again, AI, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, like, oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this craziness. Oh my goodness. No, not the Poros. Not the Poros. Okay, we'll double block here just because I want to have fun. We play you. We play you. Mama's got a gun. And so yeah, so like right here, if you wanted to get both off, you could do like, oh, like burst speed this one so your units aren't in like Withering Well range or like Mystic Shot range or something, and then like Yordle and arms on the stack. Of course, we're just gonna do this because it's against an AI and I want to have fun. So we're just gonna give our units like +20/+20 and attack our opponent for 19,000. And also this will make a really good screenshot for Twitter. So that's really the most important part of all of this. That's really the most important part, is getting the screenshot for Twitter. So don't mind me, just gonna kind of yeet up the screenshot real quick. Something like that. All right. And then, yeah. Cool. But yeah, that's what I think, like, I think his deck's pretty good. I think giving you burst speed options so your units don't have time to get, like, Mystic Shot or anything like that, your opponent has to do it proactively, is really good. Because LOR is a game, much like if any of you play Counter-Strike, like CSGO or play Valorant, you know those games are extremely, like, defense favored, or, like, reactive favored. And LOR is the same way. In LOR, you get so much advantage from being the second person to act on the stack, that making your opponent be proactive with their removal spells because they can't react to your burst speed is really, really strong. Because they can't just sit there and hold back mana and be mana efficient and be like, oh, when you decide to commit your mana, then I'll decide if I want to commit my mana, what's the best way to commit my mana, stuff like that, in response to cancel out your Yordle in arms. They go, oh, I'm going to sit back and not commit my mana. And then you're going to go, okay, burst speed, buff my entire board, +2/+2, and like swing at you with 3/3 elusives. And then your opponent's sitting there with Mystic Shots in their hand. Like, damn, I should have like Mystic Shot this Poro last turn. And then if they be proactive and they're like, oh, well, I'm going to Mystic Shot the Poro this turn and stuff like that, then you know that you should develop, and you should, you know, have more actions and more plays that you can make. So it just leads to a lot of games where you put your opponent in the spot where it's like they act first and then you can react accordingly and then, you know, be favored because you're being reactive, or you force them to not act and then you get to play your burst speed buff spell and your opponent's like, damn, I'm actually getting punished right now for playing reactive. So yeah, I think it'll be very interesting. I'd like to see how it queues up into decks like, you know, TF Nami, like Winding Light, like all the good decks, since there weren't any nerfs or buffs, like there weren't any actual balance changes. So nothing got nerfed as far as like Renekton Action, like Papercraft Dragon, Winding Light, TF Nami, stuff like that. Like none of that got nerfed. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what, how the deck does into like already established like really, really good decks. All right, so we hit another AI. So I don't know. I assume people just like aren't playing. This happens to me every time. This happens to me every time. Where whenever I play in these early access, I feel like it's hard for me to find a game. Okay. We attack with this here. Oh, that was a really good draw. Yeah, we kind of just had like a nut curve. This is like your nut, like Lulu Chomper's turn, right? So we do this. We play Lulu. They can't really play a unit here because it just dies. Of course, that's not a real unit, but any like good deck has a unit here. Like worst case is they have Avalanche. Even if they Avalanches here, they're still getting smacked for 7. Okay, so I'm expecting like a good player here. Blighted Ravines me. We play, like they Blighted Ravine us. We go, okay, Yordle Captain. And then next turn we're just like, okay, Yordle Captain, Daring Poro, and just like annihilate them. Like this deck is so good into, or like if we had a, yeah, this deck is so good into, oh, come here. We have so much lifesteal. Get a life. Yeah, you're kind of just like taking a gajillion damage here. But yeah, so yeah, I guess that's gonna be the last game of this video because I don't want to just play against AI. I don't mind playing against AI to see like how a deck does and to see like, you know, how it goldfishes and stuff. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Sneezy Biggledust. Oh my goodness. We get to do it again. I swear against AI decks, you just like draw the nuts every time. Oh, my game broke. Oh, there it is. Okay. And Hugify. Yeah, so I guess that'll be the end of this video because I don't want to play against AI a whole bunch. And I'm probably going to go take a break to eat anyways. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the Yordle and Arms. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Yordle and Arms concept. If you think this was enough to bring the deck back, giving it more consistency, giving a way to counterplay some of the reasons why it would lose. Because Yordle Arms would basically only lose if you would go cast Yordle and Arms, and then the opponent goes, okay, Mystic, like Pokestick or something, right? Like basically just had a way to remove your units in response to it. But now they don't have that because of burst speed, and the combo's more consistent because you get to play 6 Yordle in Arms. So I think it's going to be really strong. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And let me know down in the comments what decks you guys want to see if you want to see me play. Because there's a bunch of cards, bunch of new cards, a bunch of new decks. So please, please, please let me know down below what decks you guys have cooked up in your fucking, you know, cooked up in your kitchen. Let me know what to play. And then, yeah, I'll play it. I'll make a video on it if it sounds interesting and sounds funny. So that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you guys in the next video.